Welcome back. We're jumping into our final conversation of the morning. We have been joined virtually by Dr. Shauna Pott. She's from the Caring Hands Clinic, and she's joined as well by Carlos Manzanares. He's a quality analyst for Maya Island Air. And of course, we're going to be discussing the long-term effects after contracting COVID-19 and the work of Caring Hands Clinic. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning, Marlene. Good morning, Isani. Thank you for having us on the show.
All right, so long-term, the long-haul effects of COVID-19. Most of us were initially of the idea that, you contract the illness, you deal with it, and perhaps after fully recovering that these symptoms won't be returning back. But now we're looking at a different scenario where you're faced with persons who are still suffering from the aftermath or the after effects of COVID, should I say. Let's begin there, Dr. Pott. What can you enlighten us in terms of what we're faced with?
Okay, so what you're talking about is post-COVID syndrome, which is actually something that is still being studied, and it could be from mild, moderate to very severe in some cases. What the people most at risk for developing post-COVID syndrome are mostly, what we've noticed or from that studies have shown is adults over the age of 50, people who had a very severe case of COVID-19, or patients who have underlying conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, cardiopulmonary disease, and other underlying condition. But like I said, it's still something very new. What is mostly observed is the fatigue that may last for up to months after recovering from the virus itself. And in some cases, the shortness of breath. And like I said, in some cases, you have people that can go home, they're okay, but we've also seen cases where we've had to hospitalize patients a second time to receive oxygen therapy and other treatment.
Has that happened more than once? I'm always surprised by that. People who recover from COVID still have breathing problems, and then they end up back in the hospital?
Yes.
How many times have you seen that happen?
Well, for me, I've only seen it twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still surprising. Now, Dr. Pott.
One of the things that is noticed on the CAT scan is, some destruction to the alveoli in the lungs, and so, which is basically pulmonary fibrosis, and so it takes a while to recover from that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a long list of symptoms that some people are left with after recovering from COVID. Some people are left with after recovering from COVID. And it seems to be very much linked to the fact that COVID can affect many different parts of your body. Tell us about
it's multi-systemic.
Yeah.
So it just affects basically everything in some people.
So some of the common long-term effects that you're talking about, the fatigue too, and the memory. I've read stories about like brain fog, or they call it COVID brain.
Yeah, the brain fog. The fatigue is very common. That's one of the common complaints. Difficulty to sleep in some people, and just a wide variety of symptoms, and it varies in everybody. Just as COVID presents differently in everyone, the same way the post-COVID syndrome varies in everyone.
Yeah, interesting.
In different people. And some people just recover, and even though they were severely ill, they recover and they're fine to go. Yeah. So it's something, like I said, it's something that is new, and we don't know everything, and it's still being studied.
Yeah. Now let's shift to some of the things that you guys are doing at Caring Hands Clinic. This is basically a testing site that's been established, right?
Yes. So when the CDC requirement came about on the 26th of January, Maya saw the need to respond on behalf of their visiting tourists and traveling public. And so they reached out to me with the interest to open testing facilities so that they could, their locations are convenient and readily available to serve the public.
Yeah.
And of course, the tourists. We're trying to recover tourism in the most safe manner possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so as this requirement came about, they saw the need, and it was an opportunity to assist.
Yeah. Now, it's rapid testing that's available?
We do both rapid testing and PCR.
Ah. And what's it been like since you opened, what, a month? A bit over a month ago?
It's been a very positive experience. We've had great feedback, and we've definitely seen the need from hotels, the travelers, tourists, and the general public, Belizeans who need to travel. We've had people from Atlantic Bank, BWS. We've responded to emergencies from them, and just private patients, a host of well-known hotels.
Yeah.
But it's been a positive experience, a great experience for us so far.
And Carl, let's talk to us. There are 4 different sites. How do you ensure the quality control, since you are the quality analyst?
Hey, good morning. I'm representing my island here this morning. It's been an interesting experience since March. I think it was March 10th from last year. My island here started to develop a implement biosecurity protocol. Dr. Ashana mentioned before, nobody was an expert in COVID-19, and Maya take the initiative to start and implement some protocol in our facilities. But after a while, we were doing the things good in the new requirement for the travelers to come with a test. With the test, right? We saw the opportunity of this partnership with Caring Hands. Basically, Caring Hands, let's say, came under the umbrella that the biosecurity protocol has Maya implemented so far. With this partnership, what we are offering or offer to the customers is that we come around, let's say, and they don't have to go to another place to get tested. Using Maya facilities, they can do everything at once.
Yeah. So,
we're monitoring.
Yeah. Let me just jump in there, because the connection is very bad, and I'm sure people aren't able to understand you clearly. So while we get that sorted, Dr. Pott, you can tell us a bit about the tests that are offered and the turnaround time.
Okay. Well, it's very quick, simple, and easy. Like I've said, we use Abbott kits that are FDA approved. So, but within the time that people come in, we get their information, take all the necessary information. They're swabbed. The kits are being run. I would say the turnaround time is less than half an hour. So it's really fast.
This is primarily for visitors entering or exiting the country. Is there anything available? I noticed that particular office is in San Pedro as well. Is there anything available there for residents of the island?
We have offices in San Pedro, Belize City, Placencia, Dambriga, and we're opening in Hopkins this week.
Wow.
Okay. And there's difference in prices for tourists and for Belizeans?
The standard price is $75 US or $150 Belize. We do have some promotions running at the moment. For example, in Belize City, I believe up until the 28th of this month, we have a promotion running for $100 Belize
Okay.
for testing. And then in Placencia, we have another promotion running for $65 US on site. We have our facilities. We would like to encourage people to be tested at the facilities. But we're not closed off to testing on site at hotels or wherever it may be needed.
Okay. All right. And Carlos, you still there with us? Let's see if we have a better connection.
Come on.
Yeah.
Can you hear me better now?
No, it seems that it's not clear enough for us to understand you. But we do appreciate you. I heard a bit of what you're saying in being able to recognize that this was a critical part in getting business restarted and ensuring for your customers that you'd be able to have them fly safely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that though, we are going to say thank you for joining us and telling us all about what's been happening at Caring Hands Clinic. And of course, Dr. Pott, we do appreciate you helping us understand just a bit more about the long-term effects of COVID and some of the things that you've been seeing. Best of luck and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Marlene.
All right. And with that,
we go to our final commercial break. And when we return, it's to wrap up our show for this morning, Marlene.